chain drug review and mass market retailers video forum. Brought to you by the Emerson Group.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeffrey Wolt, Editor-in-Chief of Retail Media IQ. Welcome to our video forum. We're here today in Boston for the Future of Commerce event, and we have the good fortune of speaking with several of the leaders at CVS. Our guest today is Zach Dennett, Vice President of Merchandising for Consumer Health and Wellness. Great to have you with us, Zach.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be talking to you.
You had a good presentation today, which I enjoyed very much, about the role of technology in expanding access and options for consumers. Maybe you could talk a little bit about what you discussed during the session.
A couple of the things we were talking about was, where do people get their sources of trust? And one of the big questions is, our generation, we look at people with a PhD, we look at people with a lab coat, we look at the experts, and we say, that's where I learn about something. My kids, or the next generation, they tend to look at TikTok, or they tend to look at Instagram, and that's where they get their sources of information. And what they're doing is they're listening to, oh, one person said this on TikTok. Well, only one person said it, maybe I won't believe it. But then they see 5 other people say it on TikTok, and the algorithms, of course, make sure that they see the same people saying it, and then they go ahead and start believing it. So that's the next, and that's really powerful. So one of the things we're seeing, let me just give you an example.
Sure.
We recently saw a huge spike in nicotine replacement patches. Okay. And you're asking why. There's no seasonality. We're not doing anything with marketing. Prices are the constant. What's going on is that there are some influencers, not big influencers, but some various influencers who started saying that these are really good for concentration, or these are really good for weight loss. Let me be very clear. This is not an approved use of it. CVS does not approve this use, but we're seeing this growth. So it's really true. These people are trusting Instagram and TikTok when they shouldn't be. Like, that's not good medical advice, but they're trusting it. So then the next question is, all right, with AI coming, and as customers are starting to think, maybe I use generative AI as a way to start figuring out where I get my information. So we spent a lot of time thinking about, where do you get your trust, and what's the role of the brand, and what's the role of the retailer in figuring out where customers build their trust.
It seems like that's a great opportunity for CVS and other retailers, yes, to fill that trust gap.
I think that's correct, yeah. So customers very much are looking to, who can they trust, who can they help curate them. And one of the roles of the merchants at CVS is to make sure that the products we carry in stores are the right products. And our goal is not to carry everything. Our goal is to carry the right products for the customers. So I think whether you are an old-fashioned customer, whether you are an Instagram customer, or whether you're a future AI customer, you will look to retailers to trust, to figure out, oh, okay, they curated this for me, that's what I want.
Do customers understand the lengths CVS goes to curate that assortment, as you say?
So customers, I think, do very much understand that CVS does a lot of important things. We have our Tested to be Trusted program. You obviously know about it very well, but where we make sure that the vitamins we sell are through rigorous testing, and a lot of our products really have very high testing standards. I think if you ask the customer, explain to me the specific details and the criteria by which CVS tests products, they would say, I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you ask them, do you trust the products at CVS are good? Customers would say yes. And that's what we're holding ourselves to. So they might not understand the mechanisms by which we use to make sure that the things we carry are right, but customers all understand that what we carry at CVS is right.
Is that something that you perhaps should try to communicate more to them, or is it just overload and you're going to turn them off with the detail?
Yeah, one of the things we think a lot about is convenience. And one of the things for convenience is we need to remove mental load. And when you remove mental load, what that means is we don't need to detail the specific criteria we use to test each of our vitamins. If you're interested, it's on the website, go look at it. But we don't need to, but what we will do is make sure you understand that the brand is trustworthy. And that's the level we want to communicate. You can trust us. And you build trust maybe a little bit by saying it, but mainly by doing it. And mainly by customers who have shopped at CVS over and over, know everything they buy has worked, know that we're carrying the right things.
So there are certain brands that you turn away because maybe they work, maybe they don't.
Sure, CVS has very high standards. What makes it into a CVS, what makes it past our merchants is a high standard.
One more question about technology. How are you going to use the new tools, AI in particular, to communicate better with your customers? I mean, you have the great Extra Care program already. How are you going to take that to the next level?
Where we need to be communicating with our customers is the way they want to be communicated to. And that means we're constantly thinking about what are the right channels to communicate to customers and what are the right messages to use when we're communicating to customers and how do we continuously personalize it. You mentioned Extra Care. And the great thing about Extra Care is we are able to not just align the messaging, but also align the specific value that customers are getting. So we're able to give you personalized promos, personalized coupons that are exactly what you want. And you're able to see, wow, CVS is giving me a really great deal on these things. So I think that as the technology gets better, we're able to do that even more, but we're not waiting. As you know, everyone who has the CVS app knows, we're able to already do a really good job of personalizing and customizing what you get.
Just switching gears slightly, you oversee the OTC category. Can you talk about the boom in self-care and how that boom is affecting your approach to the category?
There's been a good trend, a really good trend recently, of people moving from acute care to preventative care. And this switch of people saying, I'm no longer going to wait till there's a disaster, I'm going to wait to be proactively taking care of myself, is something that we should all be doing. So as a result, we are leaning into the categories where customers are spending more time doing proactive care. And we are giving those categories more space. We're finding the exciting brands that are helping, and we're promoting them, and we're really letting our customers do that. And what we're seeing is that customers are liking that. And we're getting a lot of customers who are building their healthcare regimes such that they are taking care of themselves, they're following the science, they're following what makes them feel good, and then we're able to make sure that we're helping people stay healthy.
Are the customers driving it, or are they responding to what you're doing?
We always go where our customers go, and we help make sure that we're enabling them where they want to go. So I think we're seeing customers are moving into a desire to do proactive care, and we're making sure to enable it. I think our customers are looking for great products and exciting brands, and we are presenting them great brands.
And one final question about the great brands and exciting products. How do you find them? How do you see the up-and-coming items that are going to be hot a year from now or 18 months from now?
Our merchants, the merchants on our team, do a really amazing job of not just understanding the customer, but understanding the momentum that customers have and understand where they're going. So when you hear any of our merchants talk, what you'll hear them talking about is not just, here's what the vast majority of customers want, but you'll say, hey, there's this small group of customers, either in a digital world or in a region, and we expect this trend is going to get bigger, and we catch those early. So that means we're spending a lot of time listening to our customers, we're spending a lot of time sweating the data, but we're also spending a lot of time using the intuition. And merchandising is really fun, because merchandising is this interesting blend of, let's use an amazing amount of data to try to understand what's going on, and then at the end of the day, you're making intuitions based on gut, informed by a huge amount of data, but you're making bets, and it's working, right? As you see, you walk into CVS, there's a lot of exciting products, and that's because the merchants have gone out and found it. So that's how we identify it. Then you have to ask, does the brand want to sell at CVS? And I think what we find in general is that brands want to sell at CVS.
I think so.
Because, well, CVS has the scope, but CVS also, we talked about, has the trust. And customers, as they're trying to understand, is this a brand that I should trust? If it's in CVS, the answer is yes. And if it's in CVS, I think people intuitively understand, merchants who really know what they're doing looked at that product and decided this is something that is worth the customer spending their money on. So as a result, we get really strong partnership from brands who are interested in jumping on.
It's great to hear that the art of merchandising is still alive at CVS. So.
Very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time. Great to see you.
Thank you. My pleasure.